Good morning, children. This is Shibal sir speaking. Children, as we have completed the chapter cubes and cube roots, till date we have completed many chapters. So today, right from today onwards, we are going to start a very new chapter that is about comparing quantities. Children, you are quite familiar with this word comparing quantities, as we have dealt with many concepts of comparing quantities in previous classes. In class 7 we had a concept of comparing quantities. So children, from today onwards we are starting a new chapter. So basically before I start exercise 8.1 comparing quantities, I would like to give a short discussion. I would like to prefer a discussion on three concepts, basically which three concepts are primary concept of comparing quantities. These are concept of ratio, concept of percentage, and concept of profit and loss. So here children, when we're talking about concept of ratio, in class 7 we had ratios. We dealt with many questions of ratio. What is ratio actually? A ratio is none other than an expression of division. Another expression of division is known as ratio. For an example, children, suppose that a teacher is teaching 40 students in a class. A single teacher is teaching 40 students in a class, and you are asked to find the ratio of teacher to students of that particular class. So how to find the ratio of that particular classroom? So if you are told from teacher to student, so as we can write, one teacher teaches 40 students. Therefore, ratio of teacher to student is 1:40. Or we can write 1/40. So as we are asked to write in a ratio form, so we are going to write 1/40. This is the format of ratio from teacher to student. Similarly, if in this way there are in the school there are suppose 10 teacher, and suppose there are 500 students, 10 teachers and 500 students. So what will be the ratio of teacher to student in that particular school? In that particular school it will be 10:500. 10 by 500, we can reduce this value, 0 and 0 will be cancelled, 1:50. Now you might be thinking that so why ratio is required? Actually ratio is required for individual calculation. It's in sort of a statistics to understand it better way. Suppose a large number of people dealing with large number of any work or any items or whatever. So what about single? What about one? What about individual? When such concepts appear, we talk about ratio. So here is a concept of ratio in which I gave an example. That was a teacher is teaching 40 students, around 40 students in a classroom. So the ratio of teacher to students would be 1:40. So this is like suppose we can deal with another examples. Suppose you are asked to find the ratio between suppose 15 kilometer to 30 kilometer ratio, 50 kilometers to 30 kilometers. So in that case we will just simply convert 15:30. We will write 15/30. It's 1/2 or 1:2. This way we find the ratio. One thing that we have to keep in our mind when we're talking about ratio, if the numbers are given with different units, Make sure that units are similar. We have to bring down the numbers into same units. Otherwise, the ratios value would come improper. So we have to convert the values with similar units. That is to be converted first. If the units are in different form, that needs to be kept in mind. This was a primary concept of ratio. Ratio is none other than a division actually. Now children, one more topic, that is concept of percentage. What is percentage? Percentage is an assumption out of 100. It's an assumption, accurate assumption of course, out of 100 is called percentage. Suppose a child has secured, a child sat for an exam, sat for a test, mathematics test. The maths test was conducted out of 100. Out of 100. So out of 100, the child has secured 80. The child has secured 80 out of 100. So what is the percentage of that child in mathematics? Or what is a percentage of mathematics? So till in that case, we will just simply find out 80 by 100, because the exam was conducted on 100. So I'll write 80 by 100, and in order to convert it into percentage, we will just simply multiply with 100 and outside percentage sign. Make sure that whenever we are converting the values into percentage, we have to use a percentage sign outside of the bracket. 100 and hundreds are going to be cancelled. 80%, the child has secured 80%. It might be a bit of confusing because I have conducted the test out of 100. Suppose a child has sat for an English test. The test was conducted out of 40. The child has got 20 out of 40. 20 out of 40. So what is the percentage of his score? It will be 20 by 40 into 100 and percentage sign outside. 0 0 cancel, 2 2s are 4, 50 2s are 100, 50%. The child has got 50% marks. So this way we convert percentage. Now you might be thinking, sir, why are you teaching all this? As we all know these things, we have been taught these things in junior classes, because comparing quantities in class 8 includes such concepts. Once again, the exercise 8.1 is all about ratio and percentage. So this is why I prefer to teach these concepts once again before we start exercise 8.1. Children, one more concept is given about profit and loss. Concept of profit and loss. The very first thing that we have to understand before profit and loss, it's a vast topic, it's a huge topic. The very first things that we need to understand, that is, when we consider a deal as profit and when we consider a deal as loss. Whenever we are purchasing something, we are buying something in an amount, and we are selling that particular product or item or an article in lesser amount, lesser than the buying price. I'm repeating my word once again. Whenever we purchase an article with an amount, and we sell the same item in lesser than the buying amount, remember, we consider that as to be loss. That is loss. When buying price is higher than selling price, when buying price or cost price is higher than the selling price, we consider that deal as loss. And when selling price is higher than buying price, we consider that deal as profit. That we need to keep in our mind. So children, this way we basically consider profit and loss, and whenever we were asked to find the percentage of profit. If a child has bought a pen in rupees 5 and sold it in rupees suppose 10, the buying price of the pen was 5 and selling price was 10. So in that case we will find the profit. As we can see, here is the profit. The child has made a profit. We have to go through a formula or a process. The formula is the profit amount divided by cost price into 100. Formula is profit amount divided by CP into 100. I'll explain more things when we will start exercise 8.2. So children, I believe that you understood a little bit about concepts of ratio, concept of percentage, and concept of profit and loss. So till then children, thank you so much. I'll give you a note on exercise 8.1. First you watch this video carefully, understand, try to understand, and in the next period I want you to go for completion of exercise 8.1. Till then, thank you children, thank you so much.